thanks for what you do with your podcast and all the rest. You're doing a great job. Hope everybody keeps tuning in. You get a lot of good info, a lot of insights, understandings of how to get strong, how to stay strong, how to use your strength.
You do a great job, dude. You make things better than they are in real life, I think.
If you don't follow Massenomics, y'all do it. Social media, website, everything.
Massenomics.
Welcome back, everyone. We're back in the saddle for episode 224 of the Massenomics podcast, the lifting podcast about nothing. My name is Tanner.
And my name is Tommy.
We're happy to be back for another one. We've got a guest again today here for 224. It's going to be none other than Huck Finn, Huck Finn Barbell. We're going to talk to him. And
it's going to be a very serious conversation. So
can you picture how serious this conversation is going to be?
I can't even imagine.
No. Before we get into too much more of that, let's hear from today's sponsors. The sponsors from today's show are Lifting Large. Lifting Large has set a new standard for customer service within the strength world. They have live website chat support and speedy email responses. Lifting Large is home of the Ground Lock Deadlift Slipper, and they're always in stock and ready to ship. Massenomics listeners can save 20% on all Lifting Large branded products by using our discount code MASS20 at checkout. Today's episode is also brought to you by Spud Inc. The goal of Spud Inc. Straps is to make products that support sports performance and help everyone achieve their training goals. They make products that last forever, won't bust your budget, and most importantly, leave no doubt about success when everything is on the line. Check them out online at spud-inc-straps.com. This episode is also brought to you by Hybrid Performance Method. They're your one-stop shop for all things fitness and online coaching. Whether your goals are training-related, nutrition and body composition-related, or both, Hybrid has a program for you. With dedicated and experienced coaches in each strength and fitness discipline, you can rest assured that you're in the best hands possible. When you're on their site, use our code MASS, M-A-S-S, in all caps. That'll save you 5% off any training or nutrition memberships for the life of your membership. Visit hybridperformancemethod.com. And today's show is also sponsored by Texas Power Bars. In 1980, Buddy Cap set out on his own to make what he believed was the greatest bar he had ever seen and trained with, and the Texas Power was born. Texas Power Bar was born. It was strong as a house, with the best knurling, and was maintenance-free. Hundreds of state, national, international, Massenomics, and world powerlifting records have been set and continue to be broken on the Texas Power Bar. To learn more about Texas Power Bars and buy one of the legendary bars, please visit texaspowerbars.com.
Woo!
That's our sponsors for today's show.
Does that mean we can start now?
Yeah, that's like we're officially
the show starts. Do you have the
starts.
start topic ready to go?
Yes.
It's the one where we start talking. Right?
Oh, yeah, that's
start, right?
Yeah, we just go. What else did we have today? We're going to talk about more bankruptcies.
More bankruptcies.
We declare bankruptcies again. Not us, though. Not Massenomics bankruptcies.
Not this time.
Just everyone that's been buying lift shorts.
Yeah.
Someone did comment. This happens like once a week, where it was on one of the mini lift short memes that we have, yep. and someone comments and goes, "What's the deal?" And they didn't follow us. I had to check and click, and they go, "Why does everyone talk about these shorts being so expensive? I just checked on the site, and they're $28.99." And I didn't respond to that. I'm like, I don't even know where to.
I know it is a lot. I mean, it is a lot of money, but there's also the emotional toll too.
Right. Yeah. You almost
really
can't
put
put
a
a
price
value
on
on that. No, you really can't.
Yeah.
But I usually just wait for someone else to jump in on those,
Someone
like give some other baloney answer that they're like.
You do got to assume that every week there's many people that run across that and like, I don't get it. Like, what's going on here? This doesn't make sense. Like, everyone's pissed at this company. It's too expensive. We should see what's going on. Something doesn't add up.
Yes, and it never really has it?
Never has, and it probably never will.
Did you see Hate Brand Goods put out a pair of no lift shorts?
I did.
That they're kind of coming at us, weren't they?
Does that mean we're like influencers now, that we can influence them in such a way?
We are influencing things every day.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So bankruptcies, some podcast reviews.
A guest.
All
the good stuff.
Good. And there was a powerlifting meet.
And a powerlifting meet too, yeah. God, okay, we got all types of stuff to talk about, Tanner. It is actually funny because we write down the entire list of things before we get started, and then as soon as we get started, it's like, okay, what did we write down without looking at the list? Let's see what we can recall.
Yep.
Do you have an important message there, Tanner?
It was our guest. He said he's drunk.
Perfect. I wouldn't expect anything else.
He goes, "You guys Central or Mountain? I'm drunk."
Do Do you think if we said that would make a difference for him either way, though?
I don't know how it met. Yeah.
Well, on that note, Tanner, we should get to our cans right away.
All right. What's in the can?
Oh, I really hid these back here today. Hold on a second.
Okay. You got to go headphones off to get all the way back to those cans. Oh, they're on the stove, aren't they?
Yeah. They're warming up. Okay, no looking.
Okay.
No looking, Tanner. This is a guess.
Oh. That must be fresh. Is that fresh out of the toaster oven?
Is it so hot it feels cold?
Is that fresh off the pizzazz?
You'd
maker?
actually be shocked the number of people in a week that I get my DMs making sparkling water recommendations towards me, and also saying like, "Oh, Tanner would never get this," or "Tanner would have to get this." Like it's usually framed in the way of like, "What would Tanner think of this?"
Ew. Well, if Huck Finn's drunk, we better get through these fast so we can catch up.
Better pep up.
I'm gonna do a smell first.
Mm-hmm. I got to say, the smell here to me is almost non-existent.
I was gonna say I could. Nope, nothing.
But the flavor, though, there is a flavor there.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Let me try again. Does this or does this not have alcohol in it?
It does have alcohol in it. This is the.
I was not positive, but
this is the Huck Finn edition.
Okay.
You know, we got to have alcohol involved.
Well, I was making a joke about that then, but it's real. I was gonna say if this does not have alcohol in it, they really went on with some weird flavoring here. Mm-hmm. Man, let me taste that again.
It's the fermented LaCroix.
Getting stuck in my mustache hairs. And flavor's gonna be with
Just
me for a long time.
lingering.
I gotta try one more because
one more. All
I'm
right.
telling you, did anyone say whether I can or can't get this one? Because I hope they didn't say.
This one was not discussed. This is the wild card on my end.
I don't really think it tastes like this. I don't know what brand of anything this is, but maybe like lime. But I don't even really think it hardly tastes like that. But I'm almost just can't think of anything else.
All right. Well, you ready for the unveiling?
Yes.
It is Bud Light Lime.
Oh,
so
okay.
You got that part right.
Yeah. It's crazy how this doesn't smell.
Yeah,
it doesn't smell like beer.
Actually, when you smelled it, I'm like, oh, it's going to be a dead giveaway because it smells like beer. But I don't think I've ever smelled one.
If I held a Bud Light up to my nose, it would smell. I'd be able to tell it's beer.
I mean, yeah, I feel like any beer at least has a beer smell, but I've never noticed that.
Okay.
I'm sure if you spilt it on you, it would smell like it.
So this is a Bud Light Lime.
It's just straight. It's not like a seltzer or anything. This is just their Bud Light Lime.
So this is a beer.
This is a straight up beer with
that's
lime flavoring. I don't mind it as a summer beer. You know, get out in that hot. You know, you mow the yard, Tanner. You get back, you sit on the patio, admire your work, and have a Bud Light Lime.
I'll be honest. I think sometimes things taste different when you don't know what it is.
Yep.
And I would say after knowing what this is, it tastes better.
Yeah. Okay. There's like when you found out that there's actually Carmex in the limoncello LaCroix.
Yes, I do. It was funny. Someone recommended before this last episode came out. They're like, you need to try the limoncello LaCroix.
Yeah. Didn't they use the word polarizing in there? And we had some pretty strong feelings on that one.
I do really, now that I know what this is. Well, it's the really tricky part is the alcoholic can throw you off where I'm like,
does throw it off.
this doesn't taste like a.
No matter what, when there's alcohol involved, it does change the flavor.
Yeah, yeah. When I was like, I really, honestly, it's funny because this is a beer. I could not tell for sure that this was a beer and I didn't, I was 50-50 whether it had alcohol in it. I was either like, here was my thought. I was like, is this some sort of like weird kombucha thing that just tastes like shit?
Yeah.
Or is it like a beer?
Or is this a beer that tastes good?
That's honestly kind of what I think in my head, which is a really
or good.
Yeah.
God. Yeah.
But it's funny how it's depending on what it is, it reframes it in my mind whether it's good or bad.
Well, and then now the really weird thing in beverages is the fact that so this is a beer with a flavoring in it, but like the fact that there's 10 million seltzers and things like that. I was shocked to see it. You know, a favorite of mine growing up was the 30 rack of Keystone.
Yeah.
And I was shocked to see that you can get a 30 rack of Keystone and there's 3 different flavors. It's Keystone Seltzer and it has 3 different flavors in the 30 rack.
Really?
Like, is that Keystone embracing the times or what?
That's pretty cool.
It exists. It's out there. So,
God, this Tastes more like a seltzer than it does a beer, though.
It is kind of
For
surprising.
anyone that hasn't had one of these, and they also trick you by the shape of the can. Like
Yep.
that's-
I don't know if they're normally like this. I don't remember summers before this, them being in the tall, slim cans, but maybe I've just never paid that close of attention.
There's other flavors of these too, aren't there?
I think there's like orange and so
Yeah.
this is the only one I've ever had though.
Yeah. I was kind of right.
Yeah. Yeah. You said lime.
I thought maybe there was alcohol in it.
Yeah. So what would you say? Would you recommend this? Could you recommend this? Would you drink this again?
I would have one of these on occasions, never more than two would be my absolute limit of these.
Yeah.
But one of these right now, I think tastes pretty good.
Yeah.
It would rarely probably be my first choice though.
I can see that. I can see that. It is a summertime beverage for me, so I can recommend it.
Yeah. I would recommend trying it for
yeah,
sure because
should try it.
that would be the only way to know if you really like it or not.
Embrace that middle class fancy inside all of us.
Yeah, for sure.
Moving right along, Tanner.
The show must go on.
The show must go on. Should we talk about something kind of serious, interesting in the strength world?
Not if it's too serious or too interesting.
Okay. Well, all right. It's borderline on both of those, but GNC, everyone's local supplement store, has officially filed for bankruptcy. And this is something, did you catch this?
I saw something about it.
It was right at the end of June when they did it.
Yeah, we had a GNC meme. It was Ron Swanson.
Yes.
And it was right around that time. And
Okay, was that inspired by that? Or
not really, maybe subconsciously or something, but like.
And that meme was Ron Swanson going to the hardware store and the person
Someone
starts to
stops
walk
him.
up to him and he says, I know more than you, and just
Yeah,
keeps walking.
yeah.
Which is what you could say in a lot of GNCs. I mean,
Right, or any
which if anyone that
supplements,
lifts any amount of time, you could say in a lot of supplement stores.
Right.
But
a lot of people, the reason I knew something about it, a lot of people commented on there like, oh, GNC went bankrupt,
Yeah.
That was a common comment.
Yeah, and I didn't know about this at all. The reason it popped up on my radar is there is a YouTube channel that I follow called Company Man, where the guy just talks about companies and where they're at and how they got there. And the video he put out last week was about GNC's bankruptcy. And I thought, oh, cool. All right. This guy's got, it's in a market I kind of understand. I'm curious what his commentary is.
Yep.
And so that video, I would recommend watching it if you're interested, but it goes really in depth into stock share or stock pricing and stock buybacks and all this stuff with shares and stuff that honestly gets a little over my head. So I don't know completely, but I'd have a hard time summarizing that one. But looking at this article here, it says GNC has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy with plans to close as many as 1,200 of its 5,200 U.S. stores.
That's a lot.
And it says they are struggling to pay down more than $900 million in debt. That is
too.
getting really close to $1 billion worth of debt.
Yeah.
Like I would assume that's a lot of debt, right?
I suppose it's all relative. Like that number has to be large for most companies, but I suppose it's all relative to everything, the way everything else is on their balance sheet. But
I mean,
yeah,
I guess
you'd
if you're
have
Apple, $900
Right.
million in debt isn't a big deal.
It's probably
but,
right.
But damn, that just seems like a lot of money. And then it's talking about coronavirus hit them hard, just a number of things. But thinking back, I would say at least to me in the Midwest, I would say a lot of people, like their idea of where they got started in a supplement store, where they first learned about supplements growing up was GNC, right?
Yeah, I think so for sure, especially if for a physical store, not the internet. You
Yeah,
know, if you're
like-
especially if you're as old, not that we're dinosaurs, but like if you're a lot younger than us, maybe you just never even went into a store though. You just
I mean, I could see how,
Right.
if you're in your early 20s right now, GNC might have never had a part in your life. But
Right.
For most people, I would think that if you're 30 plus, you probably at least had a few run-ins with GNC. Maybe you were a regular customer
Right.
even. And it's funny reading the thing, the video I watched talked about this. This one does too, is that it kind of mentions how GNC positioned itself. And in the 90s, they really positioned themselves as kind of like this hardcore bodybuilding type brand where they had a lot of stuff that didn't really appeal to like your average Joe. It was more
Right.
like guys that like, I want to look like Mr. Olympia.
I don't ever remember having that perception of GNC. Do you really?
No, but at the same time, I mean, like, I don't think it was unusual to go by the store and see posters of actual
Right.
bodybuilders
Right,
in it, you
right,
know?
yeah.
Whereas a lot of supplement stores, it's just like they almost think of themselves like a health store. You know, you
Yeah.
just see totally average people
You're right.
smiling with their kids.
Really,
and-
really white.
Yeah, really,
the color white, you know, like bright.
Yes, and just the whole thing feeling as vanilla and sterile
Yes,
as possible.
yes.
And like it's just like their pictures are people like running outside and things
Yeah.
like that, like not necessarily lifting weights. And
what I think of GNC now, like the front 50% of the store is a little more like that. The back 50% of the store is the colorful packaging and the like, ooh, hardcore.
So when was can you think of the last time you were in a GNC?
Not I've like been in the mall with my son before and us just killing time and walking around and we've walked through
Like,
there
let me show you some interesting stuff
within
here.
the last couple of years, and just to see like what's like, not with the intention to buy anything, but just to see what's on the shelf and what the price tags are, honestly. But the last time I bought something in a GNC, probably like 8 years. I don't know, a really long time.
I would say for me it was probably 5-ish years ago, and
Yeah.
it would only be because like
You forgot to order something
yes,
online.
I forgot to order
Yeah.
something on Amazon or whatever, and the thing I wanted didn't say it was in stock. So I'm like, I'm not waiting some amount of time that I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll just go to GNC. Hopefully it's there. I'll pay $5 or $10 more for it. But yeah, that was
Yeah.
probably 5 years ago.
When I first started getting supplements, exactly what you said. We went to GNC. Me and my couple buddies that lifted, we got everything from GNC. We'd go make GNC trips together and spend like hundreds of dollars.
It was
on
like,
supplements.
boys, we're going
Yeah.
shopping.
That's what it was like. It was.
And you have more memories of I know you've said this multiple times, of the glass case, the supplements in the case, the premium
Well, it
ones.
was like pro hormones I think were legal.
Okay.
I think I believe people listening will know much better than me, but pro hormones are now illegal. Can't be sold over the counter like that.
Okay.
Back then they could be. There was really no need for them to be in a glass case unless I suppose people were stealing them.
Add to the
Yeah,
allure
I
too,
think
I'm
that's what
sure.
it was for. But those were pro hormones, and sometimes testosterone boosters. Maybe the testosterone, once they couldn't have pro hormones,
The testosterone booster
took
replaced
place.
that. Yeah,
You know, and that's probably what's in there now. If they still have the locked case,
I'm sure. Yeah, that
'Cause
would
it's-
make sense.
You know, but the difference there is I don't even know if there's like any real clinical evidence that any testosterone boosters really work.
I don't think so.
But pro hormones certainly did something. Like, I think that's a fact that they, you know, whether it's
You would assume if they
Yeah.
get to the point where they're like not,
Yeah.
you know, same thing with like what was it, ephedrine or ephedra? And
yeah,
all that
right,
stuff.
yes, whether they were actually great for you, I think is probably
They were doing something.
yeah, they
though.
did something. Like there was like an anabolic effect from them,
Yeah.
and they were like you'd buy things that were like $80 a bottle. I remember seeing things in the case that were like $100 a bottle
Yeah.
for like a little bottle.
Yeah. So things that would, to longtime listeners of the show would be like, that could appear on Supplement Real or Fake.
Yes,
The game
yes.
we used to play. Like, is
Without
that
a doubt.
Is that a real thing or not? So,
Yeah, ejaculoid.
ejaculoid.
Never forget about ejaculoid.
Never forget about ejaculoid. That's the number one rule with
Yeah.
supplements, I think.
So they're closing 25% of their stores. That's a big deal then. Just shy of 25%. 20-some% of their stores are going to close.
And Tanner, you understand this much better, but filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy doesn't mean you don't exist anymore.
No,
it
not
just
at
means
all.
you're shuffling around assets, trying to get some money pumped back in.
Yep.
Things like that.
They've
right?
got to make some changes in order to stay solvent, and they're hoping that if they do this stuff, they can do that. But you were saying they're a publicly traded company, and their share prices like tanked horribly bad.
So right here, just to give you an idea of their shares, it said shares of the company's stock tumbled nearly 25%. This is when this article was written like 2 weeks ago. So the shares tumbled 25% to close at 61 cents per share, down from a peak of $60 in 2013.
Wow.
Shares are down nearly 80% so far this year. So $60 to 61 cents in 7 years. Talk about a fall, huh?
That's huge. I mean, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand a big reason why that is. You know, part of this at the very end, I'm sure coronavirus affected.
But just
them like
online
everyone else.
competition.
Oh,
that falls-
Amazon.
Yes.
You know,
Amazon,
like
bodybuilding.com.
yeah,
both.
yes.
You know,
That timeline makes a lot of sense. That in 2013 it would hit its high, and this ever since then it's like no way.
and also just I think better retail options exist too. Like
Yeah.
I think one of the bigger is it like the Vitamin Shop is one of the big ones.
you can buy a lot of stuff you can buy
Yes,
way
even-
more stuff at Walmart than
Yes.
you could in 2013. In
Even groceries,
2013,
a lot of grocery stores you can just get protein powder at now. Like I don't even remember that a few years ago.
In 2013, the only thing you could get from Walmart was two brands. There were two choices, both like marketed as probably the least premium products you could, and they were Body Fortress. And people that bought stuff from Walmart will remember this. There was Body Fortress, which was like a yellowish gold color.
It's still there.
And there was 6 Star Nutrition, which was a red container. And I don't know if those still exist then or not.
I don't buy protein often, but I've had Body Fortress in like the last year, and I didn't think it was terrible.
No, it's.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to know that they've probably improved their formula over the past 6 years or so.
I would assume to stay in Walmart for that long, they can't sell a complete crap product.
Right? Yeah, you got to be moving product too.
Right. But it's a cheap price, generally speaking. I think.
I would also assume that the puzzle of figuring out how to make protein taste okay and not be totally disgusting texture wise, I think that puzzle's kind of been solved. I don't think that's like when when I see people comment that protein tastes great, in my head I think like, is there a lot of proteins that taste bad? There might be flavors that you don't like, but in general, like, is there a lot of I guess I can't think of a time that I've had a protein or heard someone say they didn't, like, oh, it's so bad.
We've talked about it before on here. I know, or at least I know I've mentioned it. And my philosophy on that is I do not give a shit. I'm not taking any supplements for the flavor. I don't care if it tastes like donkey poo, if it's going to do something. Like, if there was a powdered supplement that was legal and whatever that actually did something great and it tasted terrible, I would just suck it. I'm not like, ooh, protein shake, like my favorite.
Well, and also though,
my favorite snack.
How offensive does the flavor have to be for someone to actually complain and make a deal about it?
I have heard a lot of people like, oh, I just don't like the way they taste, and so I have heard that quite a bit.
See, and I'm just so out of the supplement game, and I know you're not really in it either. So we're probably like two of the worst people to be making comments on any of this. But
over my life, though, I have had a fair share of supplements. I have a picture that I save that actually when I lived in my previous house and I laid all my proteins on. I don't know if you've seen it before.
I don't think I have, but I think I get where you're going.
I laid all my proteins that I currently had, and I had like 13 different protein containers, all with protein still in them, because I just was like into buying them, all the different ones, and like, oh, this one's better.
It's kind of that Pokemon. Right. Yeah, I knew people in college that were like that too. That was like, oh, look at, like, it was almost like a badge of honor to
have, like, definitely had that.
Trophies of empty containers hanging around.
We had like the top of our fridge was lined with all of our supplements and
stuff.
I
can say I did have that at one point where the top of the fridge was covered.
That way when your buddies come over, they're like, these guys got some supplements.
All right, this guy gets it. Yep. This guy's going to make a podcast one day. I can tell with this stack.
A hidden secret about, I think this is probably still the case. Maybe they changed this policy, but if you do happen to live in a town that's going to continue to have a GNC, they have this policy where a money back guarantee where it doesn't matter if the product's been opened or how much of it has been consumed.
Really?
Where you can return it and say, I think it's maybe like even a flavor guarantee where you can say, I did not like this. I would like a refund. Okay. And you could get your refund, and it could be 90% gone. Especially when you knew the right people working, like there was almost no limits to that policy.
Okay, a little college hack for
yes, you. That is a college hack. I'm not going to worry about it now because I'm not going to go through the trouble of hassling someone down over a $20 supplement, but that was a good, if you're on a budget, there is an interesting little loophole.
Maybe that has something to do with their Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
That's what I wonder. Maybe too many people know about the loophole.
Wow. Well, the word's out now if it wasn't before.
That's right.
So, GNC, it'll be very interesting to see how this shakes out with them.
I'm curious if ours is closing. I'm sure.
I mean, if ours closed, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
No.
Given where it's at.
Yeah, no, I'm
the state of things. But
yeah, I'm sure it's potentially on the chopping block.
Yeah. It seems kind of hard to imagine a world that doesn't have GNCs at all in some fashion, though.
It's one of those things that's like, yes, I never am a customer. I don't support them in any way, but I would like to see them not go away. And I don't know why, but just like, I like there to be a nutrition shop in the mall.
Yeah, there's that part of it, but maybe that's just wishful thinking.
Yeah. And that's also with me not supporting them in any way whatsoever.
I will continue to not spend any money with that company, but all right. So once you have your perfect supplement stack built, that will prep you for a meet. And in case you're curious about a meet, there was one this past weekend.
Oh, yes.
And that was
which is noteworthy just because there aren't really many meets.
Yeah, just because
anymore.
there's almost zero meets right now. And there was a very notable performance at this meet too.
Yeah.
And that was Matt at Pioneer. Was it just the Pioneer Open? Is that what they called it?
I think that was Matt Haddon put on the Pioneer Open.
Yes. And in Coleman, Texas,
Yes,
I believe
is their where they make the belts. I think it's a town of about 5,000.
And this is a little different than in the past few years. He had done the Pioneer Tribute Meet.
Right. This was geared as, I think he was fed up with a lot of things that went on around that.
I think so.
And this was I would say,
Having
quote
to
unquote,
raise
a
all the
local
money.
meet.
Yeah, having to raise all the money. I still think he likes to give back to the lifters in ways. I mean, he makes that very obvious, but so I think that's what makes him want to keep putting on a meet. Just maybe take the pressures and the hassles off of having to raise $100,000+.
Right.
Like I would never want to have to go through with that.
And I think he was also interested in having one keeping it in the town.
Yeah.
That, I know he's big into supporting his local community. So I think that was part of it too.
Yes. So he had a meet there. From what I can tell, just because there wasn't a ton of footage and videos from it, the main big lifter, Dan Bell, showed up. I didn't know did you know he was showing up for this?
Never heard of him.
Yeah, exactly.
Kidding.
Dan Bell did show up and put up a 2491 total, 2,491 pounds. And he did that with a 1,003 pound squat, 584 pound bench, and a 903 pound deadlift, which makes him, isn't it like the second or third person ever to do a 1,900 or a 1,000 squat and a 900 plus?
Maybe the
deadlift?
Second even, yeah.
Yeah.
So he didn't re-break his world record total, not far off, within about 20 pounds,
yeah,
25
he's
pounds.
within, I think his record is, it's just over 2,500, like 2512 or something
and
like that.
I think he was relatively on peaked for this, I would say. Maybe it wasn't like when he broke the world record. I know he
like that
it
was
all
the
about
goal,
right. And I think this was maybe a little more about doing another meet, supporting Pioneer, being a part of it, and getting back into it. And I would guess that when he competes, he's planning on competing at what is the new tribute meet being called? I think it's in Buffalo, New York.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's out on the
Showdown.
Is that what it is?
I think it's the Showdown. I think he signed up for that, and I would assume that would be where he would plan on, maybe trying to re-break his record. But that 2491 is probably, I wonder if that's still the third biggest total of all time.
I believe it is.
It would only be whether Dan or Andre had done another meet. Whether it would, I think it would only.
Oh, right. Yeah, and that is what makes it a little tricky when you start
Right.
on open powerlifting, is that they
Right.
just sort. If you have the top three, you don't get numbers 1, 2, and 3. It just puts
the
your
individuals.
it puts you by the strongest people.
Yeah.
You could probably filter it away to make it do that,
Yeah,
but
I'm pretty sure there's still Andre would be the only person that's totaled more than that particular meet.
I think so. I think
Yeah.
that's safe to say.
So not too bad.
yeah, not too shabby, I guess.
Keep trying, Dan.
One of these years, you'll figure it out.
He's probably listening to this and laughing right now.
I'm sure he is. Yeah, Dan Bell, Andre Milanichev second, and that Peter Petras. Is that how you say his last name? He is the third biggest competitor with the total of all time.
Yeah.
So solid performances. And then outside of that, I think that's kind of everything we have. We're actually about to add time here, Tanner.
All right, perfect. And then we're gonna see if Tom Finn is
see if
still
we can make a
sober
phone
enough
call.
to answer his phone.
Okay.
Oh,
Today's show is brought to you by Spud Inc. and the Fat Tricep Strap. Going after that vascular forearm look, I think we know the answer to that one.
Of course.
This strap is the thickest of the Spud Inc. strap arsenal and will help you get that pump you're chasing. The Fat Tricep Strap handle is designed to build your forearms and make your everyday exercises like pull-ups, face pulls, and push-downs excruciating. And because it's built from a nearly indestructible nylon webbing, this strap will last a lot longer than your grip ever will. Check out the Spud Inc. Fat Tricep Strap online at spud-inc-straps.com. Today's show is also brought to you by Lifting Large. Lifting Large sets the new standard for customer service within the strength world. Get email responses in hours, not days. They now have live website chat support available during the weekdays, so you can get advice from a real powerlifter with actual platform experience. The Lifting Large team wants to help you achieve new PRs in the gym and on the competition stage. When you're ready to try single ply and make your way to the dark side, give them a call. Lifting Large is home to the Ground Lock deadlift slipper, and it's always in stock and always ready to ship. Massenomics listeners can save 20% on all Lifting Large branded products by using discount code MASS20 at checkout. That's MASS20 to save 20% on all Lifting Large branded items. Place your orders at liftinglarge.com, and you can follow them on Instagram at liftinglarge.com. That's at liftinglarge.com. This episode is also brought to you by Hybrid Performance Method. If you've been training without a coach and have been looking for a competitive edge, remember to check out hybridperformancemethod.com. Hybrid has 15 different strength and fitness programs covering everything from powerlifting and strongman to gymnastics and general fitness, all included in one training membership. That's not all. Hybrid also offers one-on-one personalized nutrition coaching that uses lifestyle habits and a flexible approach to shape your nutrition plan around your current lifestyle, instead of turning your lifestyle upside down in order to support unsustainable habits that only work in the short run the way most programs do. If you're ready to take your training, nutrition, or both to the next level, use code MASS, M-A-S-S, in all caps for 5% off membership to all programs for the life of your membership. And finally, we have Texas Power Bars. Buddy Caps first started lifting weights in the late 60s and began powerlifting in the mid 70s. At the time, he was working for Image Barbell, building gym equipment. Around 1976, a local machine shop started making Olympic bars for them, calling it the Image Bar. In 1977, Image Barbell became Champion Barbell. It was then that Buddy started looking at the bars with an intent of changing them for the better. In 1979, Buddy bought his first lathe to begin addressing the known issues. In 1980, his passion, drive, and purpose now had a greater mission. Buddy set out on his own to make what he believed was the greatest bar he had ever seen and trained with, and the Texas Power Bar was born. It was strong as a house with the best knurling and was maintenance-free. Hundreds of state, national, international, Massenomics, and world powerlifting records have been and continue to be set and broken on the Texas Power Bar. To learn more about Texas Power Bars and buy one of their legendary bars, visit texaspowerbars.com. Thank you to our sponsors.
Thank you, sponsor. Oh,
Whoa.
call failed. Let's try again.
What is that about?
81550.
Oh, he's called. Hello.
Hey,
Huck, you are live on the Massenomics podcast.
we are live in Aberdeen, South Dakota.
Oh, hell yeah.
Holy shit. Can you swear on this thing?
Oh, absolutely.
There's no limit to the swears you can do.
Yeah, I just got a number from a number I don't know in Aberdeen, South Dakota. Like it didn't, you guys called me and it went right to voicemail or something.
Well, and actually, we want to talk to you about your car's warranty since we have you on the line here.
Oh shit, what warranty?
That's your problem. You don't have one. Hey,
Mike,
hey,
go ahead.
we want to know how the supplement biz is going. I don't know if everyone knows, but you were doing the t-shirt thing and you got into the supplements, and we're kind of curious from our end how that's going for you.
I tell you right now, this is the best fucking thing I ever did. Everybody I talked to told me not to do it too. Like everybody, Jujamufu, Railroad Tactical, all these guys told me not to do it. They said it's too saturated. And I said, what the fuck? So is the goddamn apparel business.
That is very true.
So, you know, I was sponsored by Redcon One, and, you know, they didn't pay very well. And another company called Dedicated, who I knew the guy running that, you know, paid me a lot more. And I asked Redcon if they'd match. They didn't match the offer, so I went with Dedicated. Well, my contract's up with Dedicated, and they're kind of, you know, I don't know. They're kind of not really paying me as much as I was supposed to be paid. The contract was up anyway. And then MHP, you know, reached out to me, and they're going to pay me next to nothing. So I'm like, fuck this, man. Let's go on my own.
Yep.
You know? So, yeah, I had some connections with the manufacturing motherfuckers, and off I went, man. I had a kind of a profile that I liked a lot, and I upped some shit and added some stuff, and man, they got a great flavor and everything turned out good. It's a hell of a product. It's selling great.
Awesome. And that's pre-workout, right?
Well, I got pre-workout, and I also have EAAs, BCAAs, and like a hydration little amino combo that I got out now too.
Awesome.
So do you got
that's selling great.
Do you got your wife packing orders there for you then and stuff?
She is fucking. I mean, she packs everything, makes everything. She's working like 12 hours a day and mostly at night. So I might have to hire some more people. I don't know. But she's doing everything. She'll put the kids to bed and she'll go out there and drink beer till like 2, 3 in the morning and just make, pack, ship all day. And then a little bit during the day, you know, in the afternoon sometimes too. So.
But did you tell her you're kind of the idea man, so that part's not really your job?
You're more the big picture guy?
Yeah, listen, I'm the one that brings the people to the product. You know, you just got to fucking sell it, ship it, whatever.
You make the mess, she can clean it up.
Yeah, I mean, I have a real job too, so I don't have much time.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't know how to do that shit anyway.
Right.
I don't know how to fucking do that.
Are you still a corrections officer?
Oh yeah, prison guard. I'm still prison guarding every day except Mondays and Tuesdays are my days off right now. So
that's your weekend.
I'm prison guarding, and I'm.
So this is your Monday right now.
2 businesses now. Yeah, today was my Monday. I woke up at 4:30. Fucking did rehab and went to work, and then I just finished workout about 5 minutes ago.
Are you celebrating now by having a few beers?
I've been drinking Tito's and Diet Dr. Pepper through the last couple lifts here, and now I just got me another glass.
Okay, so is Diet Dr. Pepper the best thing to mix with vodka, or is that just something that you like to mix with vodka?
It's just me and Callis. We like more hillbillies. We like to mix Diet Dr. Pepper with everything.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think you're like the only person I've ever heard of doing that.
Yeah, nobody does that. I think we're the only two, and then we kind of started a little trend. Maybe there's 20 more people that do that.
We're having a Bud Light Lime right now. What do you think about that?
Oh, I hate Bud Light. I hate Budweiser. I'm a Miller man. I like Miller Light, baby.
That's right.
Miller Lite, Pabst Ribbon are the only 2 beers I drink.
So we had booths not too far from each other. Not this year at the Arnold, of course, it didn't exist, but the year before that, we were just across the aisle. And I know you, just like us, had a booth planned for this last year and didn't get to go. How did that fare out for you? Did it end up setting you back bad as far as apparel stuff goes, or has it turned out all right for you? What do you think?
Oh no, I think it turned out great. We did really well. I had no idea it was going to happen. Just like we did, we had so much fucking product.
Yeah.
Because we sell so much that weekend. So we had a shitload. Karen was working, every day, 12 hours a day, making shirts, like constantly for like 3-4 months. And she was so pissed. I never seen her so mad. And I'm like, we'll figure a way out. We had to do a sale, do something. And then all the sales started happening, and everybody, I think it was like, man, they fucked the hell out of you guys. I'm going to support you. I'm going to support you.
Yep.
And we had a good support. So I'm sure you guys did too.
Yeah, and we've.
But you never know how much money you would actually made this year because you were there 1 year. Now you're the second year. Now I've got bigger as well. I thought, it would probably make even more than last year. So
there's always that what if factor, because you think like your first year, that was like the trial and error. And like the second year, like we're this well-oiled machine. We got the whole thing figured out and we're going to go and kick ass, and you never really know. So
no, that's probably the biggest thing. I'd agree exactly. Like it's been cool, ton of support online from everyone, and it's turned out a great year and stuff like that for us too. But that's the biggest thing for how good it's gone. It really pisses me off. I'm like, God, I want to know what it would have been like if we would have had our booth there. And then it gives us a better idea of what we can expect next year. Because now if it goes on again next year, then it's been 2 years since we've been there, and you don't really know what to expect so well. Your company's grown and stuff, but you don't really know what the Arnold, how that will be after not being there for 2 years.
Yeah, and then on top of that, you meet so many more motherfuckers. Every year you just keep meeting people, you keep networking, keep everything. That's the bad part.
Yeah, and that's the big one for us way up here in South Dakota. We're we're in the middle of nowhere, so that's our one big chance to meet people.
Yeah. What are you doing for the booth next year? So then are you getting a big one, or what, or same, or what do you get? What's your plan if we have it?
We'd have the bigger booth. We'd at least have a double booth. What they offered us, double booth or something for cheaper. I think Karen took that. I don't know. She handles all that shit.
Yeah.
Because we'll have a fucking apparel. We'll have supplements. We're gonna have feats of strength. At the booth. We were planning on having feats of strength this year. Well, it would be crazy feats of strength. Like Pappy was going to ride a bicycle for 20 miles and drink 20 beers on a stationary bike.
I was going to say, how many of these feats of strength will have alcohol involved with them?
Yeah, I think Tank was going to try to eat 50 or 60 Hooter wings within 25 minutes or something. Like I was going to have a whole schedule set up of like really dumb shit.
Yeah, I like that.
So something like that, to drive in more attention to the booze.
Yeah, I'm sure that would work. I like those. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the Huck Finn animal cage over there.
Yeah, it's a Huck Finn animal cage. Yeah, it is. It's like the Happy Gilmore crowd. I mean, you saw that crowd I brought. It's like the Happy Gilmore. People having sex, beer bonging, Conway Twitty's blaring in the background.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, we were talking about Jacked and Homeless earlier a little bit about the time he came and visited us in Aberdeen. I heard you and Callis reminiscing about that the other day too. It was a pretty fun stuff. Did he ever talk about that much?
Oh, you're kidding me. He talked about you guys all the time. He loved the Massenomics guys. He didn't know you guys that well. And he's like, I'm out, trucking through South Dakota somewhere. And he's like, you know any gyms? I said, yeah, there's these Massenomics guys, the only motherfuckers that live out there. Look them up. And I give him, he's like, well, what's your email or the Instagram? So I sent him the Instagram and all that. And I said, yeah, look these guys up. Tell them you're friends with Huck Finn and they'll take care of you, bud. And I guess he did. And he fucking would not stop talking about it. Then you guys sent him out a singlet, which then he in turn lost his job because of it.
Yeah, explain that.
So I had this hilarious idea on Christmas Eve of getting pulled. Like it was kind of like a blizzard here, not blizzard, but snowing and shit.
Yeah.
And Homeless comes over in his work truck. And I said, yeah, I want you to pull me in a sled and I'll bench press 225 while you're pulling me right down the road. And he's like, yeah, no problem. He goes, we won't even show the truck. I'll just show the bumper back. So we won't even know who's driving, nothing. Oh, he's like, no, I got to show this Massenomics singlet off. Just get me getting in the truck with the Massenomics singlet on. So Karen recorded him getting in the truck with the Massenomics singlet on, and he turns around, he has a beer in his hand, he says, let's get stupid. And then the rest is history. Yeah. 2 days later, he goes to work, he says, and I mean, the video went viral. It was very, it had tons of views. And his boss gets in the truck, he goes, Steve, you're a great worker, I love you, but you're fired. And he goes, what? He goes, do I need to show you the video? And that was it. Steve lost his job. He had no job for like 2 months.
Just because he wanted the Massenomics singlet in the video.
All he wanted was that Massenomics singlet. He's very proud of that singlet, dude.
Yeah. I still remember that day the video went on and we're like, damn, this is really crazy. Like, cause the video was going viral. It was taken off.
Yeah.
And we're just laughing about it. And Tanner, I remember you going like, I don't want to say anything, but he technically could get in trouble for that.
Yeah, I was you can see him drinking a beer.
And then, we found out like a couple days later that, he did get fired for it. So.
Yeah. That wild son of a bitch. I mean, he wasn't drunk when he did it. It was his first beer. He did it as a prop.
Right.
But it looked bad in the company truck and everything.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, when he came and visited us, we had him sign one of our gym banners, and that still hangs on the wall and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, he loved that too. He said he autographed the banner out there.
Yeah,
he loved that. Talked about that too. Well, what was that? Not the year you guys had the booth, but the year prior to that,
right?
I was at JV Boss's booth.
Yep.
And I brought a huge crowd at Boss's.
Yes, I remember.
It was a really big crowd.
Holy shit! And Jacked and Homeless was there, and I got him up drinking with me. We did like the 21 beer salute, so I started drinking beer right off the bat.
Yep.
Well, I'm autographing shit, and somebody goes, "Hey, Homeless, could you autograph this beer can?" And Homeless almost started crying. And I noticed, he was shaking so bad, he's so nervous. So in my head, I'm like, well, I got to save this guy. He's fucking, I can't be shaking like this. I go, hey, look at Homeless. He's fucking, he's got the shakes because he needs another beer. Somebody get him another beer. Because he was just so nervous. Like, I've never been around something like that.
Yeah.
He's just a hillbilly farm kid from out here in, the cornfields of Illinois.
He is a good guy, though. A really nice guy. I can't imagine anyone not getting along with him.
Oh, yeah. He'd do anything for you. Get the shirt off his back to you.
Yeah.
But, he'd go with me on all the trips. He was like my bodyguard, my beer drinking buddy. He was everything. And then he had a heart attack swimming, I guess. I was up in Michigan when it happened with a stripper in a river.
Well,
so he was with a stripper in a river swimming on like a Tuesday afternoon. And I guess he had a heart attack, and then they had to get him out of the water, and he was gone. So it was the end of jacked and homeless.
Yeah, I imagine if he could have picked the way he would want to go, I suppose that's probably would have been right up his alley, though. I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure he had a great night the night before with her, and then the next day, he was swimming, and it was one of the craziest funerals, probably the craziest, definitely the craziest, maybe the craziest I'll ever witness was his funeral. Like, there's just so many, what do you call them, widows.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he must have had 30 widows there. And, he was like a fireman, so they did all the, last call stuff. Sad. And then his dad turns around and pops open a bottle of whiskey, and everybody starts drinking like it's a party. People are throwing bottles on the grave. The grave's down, but I knew the grave digger, so he just let us party there for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
Girls are taking their panties off, throwing them on top of the casket, all kinds of crazy shit. Cigarette butts. It was nuts. Wild.
Damn, that is not your traditional funeral, that's for
No.
sure. But
No,
I'm
no,
absolutely
no.
sure that's probably the way
That's
he would have
what-
wanted
yeah,
it,
I
right?
think-
That was
so.
definitely the way he'd want to go out. I remember I got a picture of the top of that casket. It was covered in, like I said, panties, beer bottles, cigarette butts, everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he was a wild man.
Yes, he was.
And he loved South Dakota.
Yeah, that was he drove. Also, South Dakota's a big state. Where he was driving through, he drove like round trip, probably 6 hours out of the way to come up to the gym here too.
Way out of the way. To go
Way
visit
out of the way.
Nowhere close,
No.
that is for sure.
And I don't know who
Oh,
he
that's
was
fucking
driving
hilarious.
for at the time or whatever, but I wonder what they thought about him making a 6-hour detour.
He pulled the semi right in the Massenomics gym.
He did, right? I remember, I can picture it like it was yesterday. And I knew he was coming, so I called a bunch of the guys. We had like 5 or 6 guys all come just because he was coming, so we were all, he was benching that day. He worked up to a 455 or 475 bench or something like that. And we had, 5, 6 guys in there that weren't even lifting. They just came just to yell at him while he was lifting and stuff. He loved
That's
it.
awesome. I love it, man. I'd love to come up there. I need to get up to that Massenomics gym. I was talking about that. I got a camper now.
Oh, that's perfect.
So I got this big ass camper. It's like 38 foot fucking long. And it's fucking nuts, dude. I don't even know the biggest thing I ever pulled is a little fucking like 16 foot enclosed trailer.
Uh-huh.
And I bought way too big of a camper. I'm leaving Friday to the mountains, the Appalachian Mountains down in like Knoxville area.
Okay.
So it's going to be fucking nuts. I got 15 cases of beer already packed. 1 toothbrush and a pair of swimming trunks is about all I brought.
Just the essentials.
Yeah, Karen's packing with a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah. We got to get you to come this way sometime. Hang out, maybe bring Callus with you or something.
Yeah, we could bring this fucking camper now. Park right out there in Aberdeen.
That's
There we
right.
go.
Park it right in your gym.
Right in the gym parking lot, just like
Maybe-
homeless.
Fuck, I could spend like a month there.
No
You
reason
guys
to
mind if I
leave.
spend a month there? It's easy. I got a place to sleep and go right in the gym and it'd be perfect.
Just bring your supplements with so you can ship them out from, stop
Yeah.
at the post office each day and send out the supplements and t-shirts.
You guys got a post office there?
Oh, absolutely.
There ain't much we don't have here.
How big is it? Aberdeen pretty big?
For South Dakota, it is. We're about
I mean, what's big?
25,000. We're the third biggest.
Oh, yeah, that's big.
Yeah. We're the third biggest city in the state.
Oh, my God.
All the
Well,
modern
how close is that
amenities.
to Mount Rushmore?
6 hours.
Yeah.
Hold on. What side of the state are you guys on?
We're-
You're on
we're-
the fucking west side?
No, we're in the northeast corner, and Mount Rushmore is the southwest corner, so we're about as far away as you can get.
Oh, okay. North. Okay, that's closer to me then.
Yeah. We're not too far from Minnesota.
Oh, yeah. You guys sound like you're from Minnesota. You sound like that Fargo movie. Right?
Yeah.
How's about the boat ride?
Got to stick to our roots,
Yeah.
Oh, I love it, man. Yeah, there's no weightlifting stuff. Well, I guess you got bodybuilding.com out there, don't you? Somewhere in South Dakota or something, Idaho.
No, that's
that's
Idaho.
Idaho, I
That's
think. Yeah,
Idaho.
yeah.
No, we don't. We might
There's
be.
like nothing, right?
We're on our own island out
Yeah, I
here.
was gonna say Massenomics is probably the biggest lifting related company in the state. Getting close to it. I
well,
would
in the
guess.
state, probably in the tri-state area.
Could be.
Right?
Yeah.
North Dakota, South Dakota. What other Dakotas are over there? We got what, west?
East
something?
and west.
Montana?
Nebraska's basically, in the
Oh,
same
yeah.
line. So
Nebraska's not much out there either. I've been through Nebraska a few times. I've been to South Dakota a bunch of times too. I never knew the Massenomics guys. I mean, years ago, but I know all I got out there is Wall Drug and some other shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Wall
drug.
Drug and Wall Drug and Massenomics.
That's what else do you really need?
the essentials.
Yeah.
Nothing. That's it, brother.
Hey, so you tore a pec again, and this is the other one I think than you tore the first time. How's that recovery going?
The recovery's going great. I'm way ahead of schedule. The doctor, said he doesn't even need to see me anymore, and it's only been like 12 weeks. The physical therapist I'm working with through my insurance company said I don't need to keep going, but I said,
do you think
my
they're
insurance
saying
is
this?
paying for it, so I still want to go.
Do you think they're saying this because they're afraid to deal with you, or because they think you're recovering?
Both. Both. Well, I got a guy, that's Jacob Ross guy, who's he's done a lot of he did rehab for a lot of major sports athletes, professional athletes. Luol Deng, he recovered his pec tendon real quick. He used to play for the Bulls. I guess he tore it out when he was in LA or something, and he came back to play basketball in 4 months. So I'm on that pace right now. I would say another 6 weeks or so, I'll probably be benching 300-400 pounds.
Nice.
And then by Christmas, I want to bench 500 again in a meet. So that's the plan. Everything's going as planned. I mean, everything feels great, light. My mobility's been back for four weeks, probably a week or two after I got out of the sling.
So after
I got quick recuperative powers, pal. I'm a Finn. We drink beer and we recover fast.
I guess. How does this one compare to the first one you did? Is it easier, worse? Do you know what to expect?
Yeah, I know what to expect. I knew when I did it. It's a terrible injury. I was so mad. I knew exactly right away. I was thinking how long my recovery is going to be. I was just thinking all that shit because it was so long. I mean, within 6 months, I'm pretty much back, but it took a full year to be really back that time. So I'm hoping to recover even faster. I mean, last time was fast. I mean, they told me I never even bench my body weight again. I'm benching mid fives. So
yeah.
I'm gonna be the first guy to bench over 500 pounds with two pec tendons. I don't know anybody who's done both of them. There's a lot of people who have torn their pec tendon, but not many have torn two of them.
After they're reattached, are they stronger than they are to begin with, or what's the deal? Could you do it again?
I don't know. I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. I don't know. They say that it's good, but you don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been bench over I've been bench over 400 pounds since I was 16, 17 years old.
Yeah.
So it's 20 plus years of benching over 400 pounds.
Right.
It's just a lot of wear and tear, and I'm an idiot. I go heavy a lot, and drink a lot of beer and shit. It's bound to happen. It's a risk. I'm willing to take.
It's funny though, out of all the ridiculous shit you've done in the past, the times you tore your pec, you weren't. I mean, you were just lifting heavy.
It's just normal.
It's
just normal shit, everyday training.
Yeah.
I've never really. I guess I cut my finger off that time deadlifting a Stairmaster, but
no big deal. Just cut your finger off.
Yeah, I never really got very injured or nothing. I did a lot of dumb shit where stuff could have went way bad, way wrong.
Right.
But.
Like
pretty good.
Callus on the leg press squatting. What if he fell forward with the barbell?
That would have been catastrophic. Looking back on it, that was very, very dumb. That was my idea on the way to the gym. I just called him, hey, you want to do this? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, somehow I came up with it. He's like, he's a good squatter. I can incline bench at the same time.
Yeah.
This could work. So we got him up there, and we had a bunch of guys there, so we loaded the weight up. We got them all loaded up on there, and then we started going. Then they hand me to the bar. Then they immediately got the weight off Callus's back. They got my shit. I mean, it worked out good. It looks awesome, and it could have went bad, but it went good.
Yeah. So we've got our little game we play each week. It's called Overrated, Underrated, and we've got 4 topics special for Huck Finn Barbell today. If you want to play, we give you a topic, and you just got to decide whether it's overrated or underrated. You can't ride the line in between. You got to say either overrated or underrated, and you can tell us why too. Are you down to play?
I'm always down. Let's go, brother.
Okay. Topic number 1, overrated or underrated, Joe Diffie.
Underrated. Joe Diffie, and he's dead. Rest in peace.
Yeah, yep.
I love Joe Diffie. That Greatest Hits album I put on repeat. I wore the CD out.
What's your favorite
John
Joe
Deere
Diffie?
Green.
Yeah.
Probably John. Well, probably besides the jukebox right now.
Yep. Yeah.
Prop me up, probably.
Is
Definitely.
Pickup Man? Is that Joe Diffie
Pickup
too?
Man's good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good ones, but Prop Me Up Beside the Jukebox, I've always loved that song.
Yeah.
And now I play it all the time for Homeless, so that's my favorite. Yeah.
So you said underrated?
Definitely.
Okay.
I don't care. It's way underrated.
Way underrated.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
topic.
think everything you're going to say is going to be underrated.
Well, you never know.
It might be. We'll see here. Overrated or underrated, Old Milwaukee's Best.
Oh, Beast Ice?
Yeah.
Oh, that's, man, I don't know. That's a toss-up.
You got to pick one.
I think it's overrated.
We're a little
Milwaukee's
yeah.
best. Well, maybe. That's a tough one. I didn't know this game was going to be this hard. I'll go underrated.
Okay.
I'll go underrated. I've drank it multiple times. I haven't drank it in a while. I used to ride this rail, okay? And in DeKalb, Illinois, it's called riding the rail. It's the old man rail. You drink 10 old man beers. It's like old style,
Schlitz.
old Milwaukee, Schlitz, Stroh's, and all those beers on there. Well, I remember I brought my girlfriend there, who was my wife at the time. I was going to show off, So I was going to win you a shirt. You drink 10 beers, you get a free shirt. So I won it. I wrote it again. I went backwards. I went forwards and backwards. 20 beers. And those beers, man, oh, man, they go down a little slow in the beginning, but they're going down fast at the end. I won her 2 shirts. She was very impressed.
Yeah. Like at the Arnold, I don't know if people know if you're really drinking or you're just messing around, but I can witness firsthand that a lot of times you're really drinking a lot of beers at the Arnold.
You are really drinking. Yeah. Yeah, we can say that for sure. We witnessed it.
I got so fucked up. I mean, that first night or 2 nights, I was fucking drunk. Holy shit. By the time I went out and got pizza or something that night, there's a video of me just slurring my words, swearing, yelling at people walking by, hugging random people. I mean, I'd imagine I drank 30 plus at least, maybe more than that, at the Arnold every day.
Yeah. And the craziest thing about the Arnold is it's not easy to go to the bathroom when you need to either. So you're really brave pulling that off. I'm not sure I could handle that.
Oh, wow. I was doing human wall and I was peeing in the Pedialyte bottles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Inside a little.
I'd be peeing and I go around and people shake my hand. They're like, oh, I'll shake your hand.
Yeah.
Like, I just peed back there. I'd have like 30 bottles lined up of urine. I mean, it was, dude, that might have saved my life not having an Arnold this year.
Yeah.
Oh, because Monster, they gave me the big Monster cooler. I filled it with beer every day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, ice cold beer. God, it was good.
I was always confused. I don't know if they must not really enforce it. Are you supposed to have beer in there or not? Or don't they?
No.
Yeah.
This is a fitness event. There's no beer
right.
inside.
But they didn't seem like there's quite a few people around drinking beer. Like they didn't really enforce it. It must, it just must
No, yeah. We snuck it in with our stuff,
Yeah.
So I'd sneak about, I don't remember, 15, 20, probably 20 cases. We had a lot. And then we'd run out. People would try sneaking in for us and shit. It was wild, man.
Yeah.
Look, people were bringing us bottles of Dom Perignon and vodka. There's all kinds of shit people were bringing us, too.
You just got to know a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Huck, just share this with me. All right, let's go. I'll drink anything. Let's go. Moonshine. I mean, everything was brought to the booth.
Overrated or underrated Wrigley Field?
I'm a huge Cubs fan,
Yeah.
and it is. There's no way it can be underrated because it's so well known. I mean, it's almost overrated. I would say Wrigley Field is overrated. I've been there numerous times. I've been there. There's a good story. When I was there as a kid, I met Harry Carey. There's a picture my pappy's got, my old man, of me getting Harry Carey's autograph as he's coming out of the urinal. And he goes, I asked him to sign. I mean, I was a little kid. I was probably 7 years old.
Yeah.
And he looks at my dad and he goes, you got a pen? Like, real pissed. I still remember that. But I've been drunk so many times at Wrigley Field. I don't ever remember. Fuck, I almost got in a fight with a pitcher there. I was sitting behind, it was the Cubs White Sox game, sitting second row behind where they used to have the warm-up. The
bullpen.
Where the bullpen was right there down the first and third base lines. Well, I got in an argument with this guy. I mean, he used to pitch for the Cubs. And then he went to the Sox, and I was on his ass all day. Like, I thought we were going to fight. I mean, that's how bad it was. And you fat piece of shit. I kill people like, and just.
Yeah.
So the last thing, he does something to me at the end, and he goes walking away. The game's over. And I yell at one of the guys coming out from the outfield. I say, hey, could you get, I forget his name now. Whatever his name was. Hey, could you get him? I used to play college ball with him, So he thought I played college baseball with this guy. So he went and tapped him on the shoulder. He points back at me. And he looks at me and I flick along. He said, fuck you, you cocksucker. I got the last word, so that was great. But I've had a lot of good times at Wrigley Field, man. Holy shit. But yeah, I mean, it's got to be overrated. I mean, it's so well known and popular. And yeah.
Okay.
There's no way. It's not underrated. There's no way in hell.
Okay. All right. Last one. Overrated, underrated. Rollerblades.
Oh, rollerblades?
Yeah.
Those are definitely underrated, man. Rollerblades are fun. I still rollerblade right now. I fucking look like an idiot, but I'm out in the country, going by the cows, rollerblading and shit. I mean, I squatted 400 pounds on rollerblades.
I was gonna say you got quite a few videos sporting rollerblades.
Rollerblades, ice skates, you know. But most of the time, those rollerblades were way too small, and yeah, I thought we were gonna have a problem just because how small they were. The ice skates were too small. The high heel deadlift I had to cut the backs of them out. Almost broke my leg doing that. So yeah, it's definitely rollerblades are underrated. I think they will make a return.
Well, there we have it.
Yeah, there we go. Well, that's about all.
What about Miller Lite? Overrated or underrated?
Well, we already know what you're going to say about that.
Hold on, I got one for you. North Dakota, overrated or underrated?
That's tricky because do you think of it as far as the Dakotas go or as far as a state in general?
The state.
North Dakota. God,
I don't know that it's rated all that high. I don't know that.
That's the thing. It's rated pretty low, but
So, it's got to be underrated. There's no way that's overrated.
Yep, they have the movie Fargo, they have the city Fargo, and they have the NDSU
football team,
Bison football team.
Oh yeah, North Dakota State.
Yeah. What do you think, Tommy? Maybe you answer. What do you think? I don't know.
I mean, it's probably a little underrated just because they're rated so low, I think.
When you're at the bottom of the scale,
Yeah. I don't
they
think
got Highway 2 up there, right?
Yeah, what's that called? The when that runs from
It was like Portland or something all the way through.
Yeah.
So my old man is going to ride his bicycle next summer from like Oregon all the way through Highway 2 all the way to like New York, wherever the fucking ends up at.
Oh, I didn't realize it went that far.
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
Because we were up there one time and we didn't see a car for like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I remember driving that highway, and I also remember them having gates that shut the interstate off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like on the on ramps.
Like if there's a bunch of snow or
what the fuck is this?
a blizzard or something, they'll shut down the interstate.
Yep, roads closed, gates are up, and you're stuck.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I remember that trip. Pappy packed 15 cases of Paps and a toothbrush. He really did, and he'd buy new stuff in like every other state. He'd just throw his clothes away and then buy shit like at a Walmart, like Utah Ute stuff one day, UCLA shit next day.
Buy some North Dakota State stuff when he's going through.
North Dakota State.
Yeah.
God. Also, I remember he stopped in. I was probably 16 or 17, but I remember he went to a strip club. We were in the hotel, me and my brother, and he went to a strip club. He comes back. He was in Wyoming, Casper maybe or something. He goes, "Holy shit, these are the ugliest fucking women. Worst strip club I've ever seen in my life. And they don't have fucking Paps out. We're out of here." That was that. We used to take trips all the time, like especially out west, you know. So I'll be back. We will be back to Aberdeen, South Dakota.
You're always welcome.
Take that trailer there, brother.
Yep. Where do people find the supplements, the shirts, and the Let's Get Stupid podcast and all that stuff now?
Yeah, well, let me tell you something, brother. Let's Get Stupid podcast. We need to get the boys from Aberdeen on there.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Let's Get Stupid podcast. I don't even know where you can find that. Where can you find that? You know,
Probably where the podcasts
Yeah.
are found.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on everything. iTunes, Spotify. We can find everything at Huck Finn Barbell on Instagram with all my links. HuckFinnBarbell.com or Huck Finn Barbell. Anywhere else, I mean, everything's Huck Finn Barbell. So supplements, protein coming out next week, except I won't be home. You got a protein isolate and strawberry lemonade hooch is coming out, which is a good pre-workout. So we got hooch, white lightning, and prison punch.
I like that.
That's a lineup right there.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's good shit. So and Mississippi Mud, that's gonna be the chocolate flavor. That's the first one coming out for the isolate.
That's good too.
Yeah.
I like that. I like your naming scheme you got going on there.
Yeah, something catchy. And then I had my tattoo artist kind of do tattoo artist. I fucking made I have one tattoo. A buddy of mine fucking designed the label, and I like the label a lot. It turned out good. Kind of sticks out. I said I want it to stick out and be different. I don't want to be like everybody else. Fuck that. You're from North Dakota. You guys stick out. It's different.
That's what we got.
I mean,
going.
have you heard us?
Yeah, there's fucking guys talk like they're from the movie Fargo. They got their own gym and their own line and everything. That is good. It sticks out, dude. I mean, if you're just some other idiot from a fucking city somewhere, you'd be nobody.
That's right.
Just an average guy. Now you guys are fucking. Oh, it's that fucking guys from the Dakotas. Yeah, I love those guys.
That's right. Something different. That's damn right.
If you guys are ever in Chicago, I'm about, I don't know what, an hour and a half west of Chicago, hour on a good day.
Yep.
So you get out past the suburbs, come out to the country a little bit here, and you guys come over anytime. I'm in the shed right now as we speak. Let me paint you a Birmingham. I'm in the shed. Just finished my drink, finished all my workout up, and looking at a girl's set of tits here. Some old lady.
I've seen that picture on your wall in the shed before.
Everybody thinks it's Karen. She's pissed because this lady's face is about a 1. And she's wearing Jordache jeans, but she's got a decent set of hoopers on. We were at a turkey testicle festival at a town by us. I remember we all went up there. She kept showing her boobs, so I took a picture. It was with those old cameras, too, like the Kodiak, the wind-ups.
Yeah.
It's back in, like, I don't know, maybe 2003.
Like the disposable ones?
Yeah. So I remember getting it printed. I didn't know if they were going to print it or not, and they blew it up. And, I remember taking their picture, and I said, yep, it's going to go on the internet. And then the husband goes, "You hear that, babe? You're going to be on the internet." Like, you're so excited.
Proud of it.
It's fucking awesome. And now she has been on the internet, actually.
Yeah.
I have no idea who that lady is, but it's the funniest picture ever. If you can,
You made her.
maybe I'll put it on my Snapchat so they won't erase it.
Yeah.
I'll show you the face. Go to my Snapchat. It's Huck Finn Barbell. I'll take a picture of it before I leave.
Perfect.
But it's fucking great. My dad's the one with the beer can in his hand pointing at the tits. You can see
Old Pappy.
one set of hand pointing at it.
Yeah. All right.
Holy shit.
Thanks for coming on. We'll do it again sometime too.
Yeah, no problem, brother. Like I said, if you guys are ever out here, come see me in Callis.
Sounds great.
Awesome. Will do.
All right, you cocksucker. I got 2 words for you. Okay, bye.
Was waiting. All right. See ya.
Thank you. Woo, Mr. Huck Finn.
Yeah. He's never short a story or two.
Never short a story or two. Which it's like, how has that guy not had a podcast forever, you know?
That's exactly right.
It's a good fit for him.
Yep. The Let's Get Stupid podcast. They think they're pumping out a new episode every week now. It comes out on Wednesdays maybe, and it's him and Tom Callis are the normal hosts, and he brings Pappy. You know, he talks about Pappy several times. I think they bring him on occasion, and it's a lot of what you just heard there is what they cover on the podcast.
Yeah, I'd be quite surprised if anyone that listens to this is not familiar with who
That's
Huck
true.
Finn is.
Yeah. There's got to be some audience carryover
a little bit,
here.
I would think. Yeah.
I hope someday. I think someday. He's talked about it for a few years.
He has talked about it for several
but
years.
I think someday he actually is going to come here. I wouldn't be surprised if someday he messages and says, "I'm going to be there next weekend."
Yeah, that would not surprise me.
And then we'd have to get him in the gym to do some sort of.
Yeah.
You know, he'd have to do a skit in the gym.
This is a gym where you can do whatever you want. And so,
be like, let's get the fire going and the beers and.
Yep, anything is possible.
Yeah. So that's our guest for today. Did we have anything else, Tommy, that we needed to cover?
That's probably about it.
Okay.
We got some, by the time you're hearing this, possibly this week, new stuff is coming out.
Yeah.
So be on the lookout. If it's not out this week, it will for sure be out the next week.
Yes.
And we're excited about this one.
This is,
I mean, I know we say that every time.
We always bullshit about that.
We're excited.
This might be do you think this is our biggest drop ever or one of our biggest drops ever?
One of our bigger ones.
Right. Yeah. This is a lot of cool stuff, a lot of new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of stuff just in general.
Yeah.
The other thing is the podcast supporting membership.
Yes.
So the levels, just to recap the levels.
Can never clarify this enough. We want to be completely transparent with everyone.
Yeah, we don't want anyone not understanding the levels.
There's no hidden fees. We're not price gouging. It's what you pay.
We're trying to be 100% upfront with the levels.
Yeah, what you see is what you pay. No surprises here.
No service fees. There you go. That's the word. Yeah, none of that. Yeah. Okay, so the entry level is the apple pie level. You all know the apple pie, a fan favorite, 99 cents per month. Level number 2, tier 2. Is it levels or tiers or some of both?
We gotta get that pinned down still.
Okay. So we don't know that for you.
Yeah,
exactly,
we don't have that part, but the pricing is very clear.
Step 2, maybe it's a step. Maybe it's a step.
Could be.
Is the LaCroix
level.
Could
be the next rung on the ladder too, though.
That's true.
We got to figure out the best way to communicate this with people because there's so many ways to.
A step goes up and over.
It could also be the next level of the pyramid too. Like it is because it is.
Is it a pyramid scheme?
No, but it's not. No, it's not that.
Okay. So the second one is the.
Or you could say
level.
deeper down the funnel, even maybe.
That's true too.
Because it gets to a point that funnel.
The way that we could really hammer this out is we get one of those white
A whiteboard?
really large white Post-it. Well, not a marker board, but where you're in a big business meeting and they're writing down ideas and they flip it over and then they tape that one up. They rip that one off.
Put it on the wall.
Like the giant Post-it boards.
Because there's so many good ideas going about that you have to make sure they're all written down so everyone can see them.
And then you'll leave them on the wall for like 3 days or until the series of meetings is over. And then someone, I don't know who, has to throw those in the trash
but
eventually.
You skipped one step. You take a picture so that you make sure you never look at it again.
I live that in real life. I live that pretty regularly.
I've seen it happen within multiple businesses.
I do that exact thing that we're doing, what we're talking about here. So the LaCroix is step 2, $3 per month. Getting a little fancier. Mm-hmm. Step 3, rung 3, level 3, tier 3, the lift shorts, $6 per month. You would think that that's the most expensive, but there was a series of events that arose.
And we're in the year 2020. Anything is possible.
Some really rich people emerged as fans that we didn't know we had. Mm-hmm. We had to create the Lift Platinum Club, the Platinum Lift Club. I think is actually the correct the Platinum Lift Club.
It's so elite. We hardly even know the name of it.
Right. And odds are you can't afford it. I don't even know if I should say the price because you can't afford it. It's $20 per month. You can't afford it.
You can't.
Just don't even look at that level.
Just
you
know
can't.
There are a
purchase
few
it.
that can afford it.
Yeah, but you can't. No, you can't. This isn't reverse psychology. You really can't afford it. And then beyond that, not really a tier or a step. It's more of a conglomeration of all of those is the Swim Hat Grand Slam.
Yes.
And that is purchasing all of the levels. And you also can't afford that because it doesn't include.
Which that's not a joke. He has all the levels. So
yes, all the rungs. He's got the full ladder.
He has every step.
Yeah.
He's gone up and down the steps. He knows the ins and outs of them.
He might have to tell us if it's steps or rungs because he's the only one that's climbed all of them.
He is the only one one that's up at the top looking down at everyone else.
Maybe it's Mount Everest. The whole thing is Mount Everest, and right now he is the only person at the summit.
That could be it. Yeah.
He's just sitting up there with a baseball bat and a bucket of balls, whacking grand slams out of the park.
Mm-hmm. Over and over.
Yeah.
But if you want to join any of these clubs, your next question is, well, how do I do this?
Yeah.
Very easy. Massenomics.com/join. And you're in. You can be in just like that.
That's the final piece of the puzzle. What was it? Massenomics.com/join.
Join.
Massenomics.com/join. Back or front?
/ It's the slash you use for everything.
I like to always ask
Most
that
people don't even know that. It's just the slash you use for everything.
We've talked about that before. It's the one on the keyboard that you can find
it's the
without
one you can find.
10 minutes of searching.
The other one, you don't realize it. You're probably going to have to look a while to find it.
Because do I have to hit like Control Shift and this
the
button?
one, I use a Mac, but I'm pretty sure it's the same one on PC. It's the one I think it's like just above the Enter key.
Right.
The other one, I don't even know where the other one's at.
That's a pretty big key for being the slash too, isn't it? Because it's like bigger than the Enter
some
key.
Some keyboards
isn't it?
do it different.
Okay.
That's like where keyboards get a little different. They some of those extra keys, they handle all the spacing and the sizing.
Yeah. What's a QWERTY?
QWERTY keyboard, yeah.
QWERTY. Also scientifically proven not to be the most efficient keyboard.
Yeah, there is several different formats. Dvorak is one of the I think more popular ones that.
Yeah. Would you ever try?
I would never do
it.
it. No, because it just means every single keyboard used for the rest of your life.
You'd be like,
screwed.
I'm used to the Dvorak.
Yep,
this QWERTY,
screwed.
what's this shit?
Yeah. I wouldn't change just for that.
Yeah.
But, there's quite a bit of science and things behind it if you look into it.
And QWERTY is the top.
Yeah, QWERTY.
Yeah. You can't say that without doing this with your fingers. You can't say that without picking up your fingers and.
Yeah. Do you consider yourself a good typist, Tanner?
I think I'm not too bad. I don't know what my words per minute are. I think I type quite a bit at work. I have to do a lot of writing of summaries. I have to summarize a lot of stuff in Word documents quite often. Okay. I'm probably not great by today's standards.
Yeah,
but I'm not too bad. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think of myself as a good typist. I'm by no means bad, but I just to me a good typist is like 100+ words.
No, I'm not that. I figured I'm like between 60 and 80, just taking a pure stab. Thinking back to like junior high when I actually had to do my words per minute. I would put myself
probably more in that 60 area.
Okay, maybe that's probably where I'm at. I guess
shortcuts. Oh, I can just hammer out shortcuts.
Well, yeah, a lot of stuff like the programs you use. You're probably like super efficient at those programs too. Like
I probably in my head have. I don't think I'm exaggerating. I think I have over 500 shortcuts memorized with all that stuff.
It's pretty crazy.
Time is money, baby.
Yeah. Well, especially when that's literally, that's literally true.
When
with
that
what
literally
you're,
is what
when that's-
happens is time
yeah.
is money.
So what if someone wanted to hire you to do graphic design work?
Oh, you can hop on over to TommyDCreative.
We don't really bring that up very often.
We don't bring it up too often. I mean, we don't need to. Massenomics is enough for people to try and wrap their heads around. Yeah, if you're ever interested in design projects, TommyDCreative.com. I'm not going to try and convince you. I'm not going to try and sell you on something I can't do. So if I can't help you out, I'll tell you, or I'll point you in the right direction. But if I can help you out, I'm excited to see what I can do.
You have a pretty good portfolio of work on the website too, don't you?
There's a pretty good portfolio on there.
There's some Massenomics stuff in there.
There is some Massenomics stuff. I will admit, if you're hopping on there, it is a little dated. I've been incredibly busy for, coming on a year here. So I've not done the best job the last year updating that thing. So a lot of stuff in there is outdated, but it does give you a taste of some of the things I can do.
Cool. All right. Well, that's most of our stuff. The ads.
Yeah.
Shit.
I probably should do some of those.
Today's show was brought to you by Lifting Large, and they have set a new standard for customer service within the strength world. They have live website chat support and the speediest email responses. Lifting Large is home of the Ground Lock Deadlift Slipper, which is the Massenomics podcast of deadlift slippers, and they're always in stock and ready to ship. Massenomics listeners can save 20% on all Lifting Large branded products by using discount code MASS20 at checkout. Today's episode is also brought to you by Spud Inc. They are the Massenomics podcast of straps. The goal of Spud Inc. straps is to make products that support sports performance and help everyone achieve their training goals. They make products that last forever, won't bust your budget, and most importantly, leave no doubt about success when everything is on the line. Check them out online at spud-inc-straps.com. This episode is also brought to you by Hybrid Performance Method. They're your one-stop shop for all things fitness and online coaching. Whether your goals are training related, nutrition and body composition related, or both, Hybrid has a program for you. With dedicated and experienced coaches in each strength and fitness discipline, you can rest assured that you're in the best hands possible. When you're there, if you're going to sign up for any programs, make sure to use our discount code. It's MASS, M-A-S-S, in all caps. That'll save you 5% off any training and nutrition memberships for the life of your membership at hybridperformancemethod.com. And last, certainly not least, Texas Power Bars. Back in 1980, Buddy Cap set out on his own to make what he believed was the greatest bar he had ever seen and trained with, and the Texas Power Bar was born. It was strong as a house, with the best knurling, and was maintenance-free. Hundreds of Massenomics, state, national, international, and world powerlifting records have been and continue to be set and broken on the Texas Power Bar. To learn more, visit TexasPowerBars.com. Thank you, sponsors. Tommy, where do they find you at?
You can find me at Tomahawk_D.
You can find me at Tanner_Baird, or more importantly, make sure to follow us at Massenomics.
See ya.